Have you ever wondered what could push an entire nation to the brink, leading to an act as drastic as a missile strike? Let's take a step back and examine the mounting tensions between two neighboring nations, Iran and Pakistan. The animosity between these two nations has been simmering for years, fueled by a series of disputes and disagreements. The stakes have been elevated by Iran's burgeoning nuclear capabilities, an alarming development that has put the international community on high alert. In this intricate tapestry of international relations, past conflicts play a significant role. Iran, a nation known for its rich history and cultural heritage, has been increasingly flexing its military muscle, raising concerns among its neighbors and beyond. Meanwhile, Pakistan, a country with its own set of internal and external challenges, has found itself facing the threat of missile strikes from its western neighbor. As we navigate through the labyrinth of this conflict, it's essential to highlight the key events that have led to this boiling point. From territorial disputes to political disagreements, the tension between Iran and Pakistan has been steadily escalating, culminating in the recent missile strikes. The situation is further complicated by Iran's growing nuclear prowess. This development has not only altered the dynamics of their bilateral relations, but has also raised serious concerns on a global level. As we delve deeper, the complexities and consequences of this conflict become more evident. To fully understand the context, we need to rewind and take a look at the chain of events leading up to the missile strike. Our story begins in the early 2000s, when Yemen became a hotbed for US drone strikes. One such incident in December of 2013 saw a wedding procession targeted, leading to the loss of 12 innocent lives. Over the next 5 years, 6 more attacks would take place, claiming the lives of 36 family members. Despite pleas for justice and accountability, the families affected by these attacks were met with silence from the US government. Fast forward to August 2022, when a US drone strike in Kabul eliminated Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri. His death sparked a series of questions about the safety of America and the future of global terrorism. The world looked on as the implications of this significant event began to unfold. Then, in March of 2021, discussions began to surface around the potential for nuclear proliferation in the Middle East, with Iran at the center of the conversation. The international community grappled with the possibility of Iran acquiring nuclear weapons and the potential reactions from countries like Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates. 3 possible pathways were proposed to prevent this from happening: Iranian self-restraint, diplomacy, or military strikes. As the months rolled on, the tension began to build. Warnings were issued, threats were made, and the world held its breath, waiting for the next move. The stage was set, the players were in place, and the stakes were higher than ever. And then the inevitable happened. A missile was launched. In the wake of the missile strike, the world held its breath. The immediate aftermath was a chilling scene of chaos and destruction. As the dust settled, Pakistan reeled from the shock, scrambling to assess the human and material cost of the strike. The devastation was vast and the sorrow immeasurable. Families torn apart, homes reduced to rubble, and a nation left to grapple with the reality of a sudden and violent attack. The international community was quick to react, with nations around the globe expressing their shock and concern. The United Nations called for an immediate cessation of hostilities, urging Iran and Pakistan to engage in dialogue to prevent further escalation. Human rights organizations echoed this sentiment, highlighting the urgent need for humanitarian aid to reach the affected areas. Despite the widespread condemnation, Iran remained largely unyielding in its stance, further fueling tensions in an already volatile region. The economic repercussions, too, were felt swiftly as global markets trembled at the prospect of a potential escalation into a full-blown conflict. But amidst the rubble and ruin, the resilience of the Pakistani people shone through. They rallied together, vowing to rebuild and recover, their spirit undeterred by the enormity of the task at hand. In the face of such devastation, one question loomed large: what comes next? The ripples of this event extend far beyond the immediate damage. The missile strike in Pakistan doesn't just cause an immediate shock, it's the aftershocks that can truly shake the world. Let's consider the potential for further conflict. This strike, while isolated, could ignite the short fuse of geopolitical tensions. In a world where alliances are complex and every action has a reaction, further conflict is a plausible outcome. Additionally, the impact on international relationships cannot be understated. Nations will be forced to pick sides, to condemn or condone the strike, and these decisions could reshape diplomatic ties, trade agreements, and even military alliances. Then we have the changes in the geopolitical landscape. This strike could spark an arms race or even a race for power as countries scramble to assert dominance or protect their interests. In the Middle East, where the balance of power has always been a delicate dance, this could lead to unprecedented shifts. And let's not forget the potential for nuclear proliferation. The strike could push nations to accelerate their nuclear programs, escalating the stakes for all involved. As we grapple with the ramifications of this event, we are reminded of the fragile balance of power that holds our world together.